A very big hello to all of you. Hope you're all good. So today in this video I will be discussing with you literature, The Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 2. Now in Scene 1 we have already read about Venice, where we have seen Antonio along with his friends. He was talking with Salarino and Selenio in the beginning. Then it was followed by Grishanio and Lorenzo, and finally he was talking with his best friend Bassanio. Now from that talk between Bassanio and Antonio, we came to know about Portia. We have already come to know that Bassanio has a great liking for Portia, and he admits that even Portia has a soft corner for him. So now the second scene which we are going to discuss today is in Belmont. That is the place where Portia lives. So you have to remember the place first of all, Belmont. Now Portia is a mistress of a very large estate. She is very rich, very beautiful, very brainy, and many people want to marry her. Now, before I start with the scene, let me tell you, just like scene number 1, even scene number 2, Portia has been seen very sad in the beginning. It's a sad beginning of both the scenes. Although we have read in scene 1 that Antonio was very sad, but he had no reason to be sad. But in this scene, Portia is also seen to be very sad and depressed, but she has a reason to be sad. What is the reason? I will be telling you when we reach to that dialogue. So let's start. Before you listen to me, I would advise you to kindly open your books simultaneously as you listen to me. So enter Portia and Nerissa. So you are sometimes whenever you get an extract in the exam, the very first question is name the act and the scene. So you have to write over there that the above extract has been taken from Act 1, Scene 2. Where does the scene take place? The scene takes place in Belmont. Who are the main characters present in the beginning of the scene? In the beginning of the scene, there is a conversation between Portia and Nerissa. Now Nerissa is the best friend of Portia, or she has been introduced to us in the book as a lady in waiting. In normal terms we can call her, she is her servant, but the word used in the book is lady in waiting. She takes care of Portia and she is always with Portia, and Portia confides everything to Nerissa. So enter Portia and Nerissa. Portia, by my troth, Nerissa, my little body is aweary of this great world. By my troth, truly speaking, my little body is tired of. She says, I am tired of this world. I am tired of this life. And Nerissa answers back, you would be sweet, madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. So Nerissa says, you need to be sad. The reason for your sadness is you have got everything in full. So in other words she wants to say कि जिनके पास सब कुछ होता है वो भी दुखी ही होते हैं. In this dialogue the summary is that the people who possess everything, they are also as sad as those people who possess nothing. बहुत ज़्यादा अमीर और बहुत ज़्यादा गरीब लोग दोनों ही दुखी होते हैं. खुश कौन रहता है? जो मिडल में रहता है, who is in middle, ना ही ज़्यादा अमीर ना ही ज़्यादा गरीब, those people. And yet for aught I see they are as sick that surfeit with too much, as sick as tired, as depressed. Surfeit having too much. So she says that those people who have everything, even they are also very sad and depressed. It is no mean happiness, therefore, to be seated in the mean. Seated, placed, mean, middle. So she says the best people are those who are in the middle, neither very rich nor very poor. Superfluity comes sooner by white hairs. She says, I have seen in life, superfluity comes sooner means superfluity, those who have too much, they tend to get old very soon because they have got everything. So they are tired of getting of their life very soon. They have no aim to move further. So such people also get old very soon. White hair is grey hair. And competency lives longer. Jabki the middle people, the who have an aim to rise above, those people are much more comfortable and happy. Portia, good sentences and well pronounced. So Portia says, yes, whatever you have said is right. And well pronounced means you have spoken well. So from this line we get a hint that Portia says, although you have spoken good, but it is very difficult to implement it. They would be better if well followed. So even Nerissa gets an idea that Portia is what she wants to say. She says, I know my words are very good. I have spoken correct. But it will only benefit if people try to follow this also. They should not expect too much all the time. If they expect too much and if they get too much, they will never be happy. So Nerissa says they would be better if were better followed. Portia, now in this dialogue, Portia says, this is a bit long dialogue and try to listen it very carefully. In this dialogue, Portia says that I also know that whatever you have said is very difficult to follow. And she says even I am also a part of that. मैं भी उन्हीं लोगों में से हूँ जो सिर्फ सुन सकती हूँ या कह सकती हूँ लेकिन follow नहीं कर सकती. उसने बोला whatever we listen, it is very difficult to follow. She says that if every person started following whatever he finds it correct, then all chapels will turn to churches. Now church is the biggest building where the maximum people go, whereas chapels are small churches in small areas and in your homes. But whenever we go to pay respect, जब हम साल में एक बार कहीं जाते हैं अपने धर्म स्थान पे, तो हम अपने क्या हमारी कोशिश होती है, we go to the biggest place, churches. So she says अगर लोग सर, if people follow everything, then all churches will turn out to be all chapels will turn out to be churches, and poor men cottages, princes palaces, and then there will be no poor person. All small houses will also turn to palaces. But it does not happen. Why? Because people do not follow what they hear. And Portia admits that even I am one of that. Let's read it. If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, if every person does according to what he thinks is correct, chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own instructions. Divine priest. उसने बोला वो पंडित, वो priest सबसे अच्छा priest माना जाता है जो वही करता है जो वो लोगों को करने को कहता है. But even that is not the truth. I can easier teach 20 what were good to be done than be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. So she says, I can teach 20 people in front of me. I can preach them, ऐसा करो, यही अच्छा है. But I cannot be even 21 of those 20 peoples on this earth who do whatever they preach. So indirectly she says कि जो लोग advice भी करते हैं, जो लोग preach भी करते हैं, even they do not follow what they tell others to do. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but the hot temper, the brain may devise laws. So there now in these next three sentences, there is a comparison between brain and heart. So Portia wants to say कि the brain, it devises many laws. हमारा दिमाग कहता है हाँ ये सच है, we have to do like this. But the young age, our heart, when we are very young, it does not listen to the brain. And here, with the help of a metaphor, Shakespeare has given a comparison between a hare and a young person. A hare, खरगोश का बच्चा. He says, खरगोश के बच्चे को बहुत बार समझाया जाता है. उसके माँ बाप बोलते हैं कि तुमने आगे नहीं बढ़ना. You don't have to get ahead. आगे there might be a mesh, there might be a net. आगे hunter ने net बिछा के रखा होगा, तुम उसमें फंस ना जाओ. But that hare is just like a young person, जो दिमाग से काम नहीं लेता बल्कि दिल से काम लेता है. And what does he does? Just like a young boy or a girl does not listen to the advice of the parents. Similarly, that hare, वो खरगोश का बच्चा भी, he does not listen to the advice of his parents and he jumps ahead. और वो आगे बढ़ जाता है और आगे बढ़कर वो जाकर नेट में फंस जाता है. He says that is the condition of all the young people. इसलिए कहना बहुत आसान होता है, जो कहा जाता है it is very difficult to follow it. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper leaps over a cold decree. Decree is laws, LAWS, laws made by the parents. Such a hare is madness the youth to skip over the meshes of good counsel the cripple. तो उसने बोला उस टाइम पे जो ब्रेन है वो क्रिपल हो जाता है, हैंडीकैप हो जाता है. ब्रेन की सुनता ही नहीं है. सुनाई किसको सुनता है? दिल को. वॉट एवर द हार्ट सेज. बट दिस रीजनिंग इज नॉट इन द फैशन टू चूज मी अ हस्बैंड. बट शी सेज आई एम सैड बिकॉज ये रीजनिंग भी मेरे पे लागू नहीं होती, क्योंकि मैं तो ना अपने दिमाग की सोच सकती हूँ ना मैं अपने दिल की सोच सकती हूँ. क्यों? बाय बिकॉज she is of a marriageable age, because I cannot choose a husband of my own choice. Now here, before I proceed further, let me tell you, now Portia's father has recently died and Portia is the only daughter. She is the princess. She has got everything, and the father wanted that Portia should get married to a person who really loves her from the heart and not a person who should be after her money. So he devised a casket theory. Now you know the Merchant of Venice is based on two stories. The Bond story, which has started in scene 1 when Bassanio wanted the money from Antonio and Antonio says, I have no money, you can borrow from someone. That will be proceeded in scene 3. And the second story subplot of the book is the casket theory. Now what is casket? Casket are big boxes, bada dabba. So the Portia's father had devised a casket theory, according to which he had said that he has placed 3 caskets, one of gold, one of silver, one of lead. There are 3 boxes, one of gold, silver and lead, and out of these 3, one box contains a picture of Portia. डब्बे तीनों बंद पड़े हैं, तीनों लॉक्ड हैं. तीनों डब्बे में से एक डब्बे के अंदर पोर्शिया की पिक्चर है. इट इज समथिंग लाइक स्वयंवर. यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट स्वयंवर. सो शी से द फादर हैड रिटन इन हिज विल, वसीयत में ही हैड रिटन that all the suitors are the people who want to marry Portia and they have come here to try their luck. So the father had written that all those suitors who would come to try their luck in the casket theory, they have to follow 3 conditions. Number 1 condition, they have to choose the right casket. Number 1 condition, if they choose the wrong casket, they will never marry again throughout their life. They have to swear this, कसम खानी है. Number 2, if they choose the wrong casket, they will not tell to anyone else. ये ना बाहर जाके बोल दें कि मैंने तो गोल्ड की निकाली थी, इसमें से तो निकली नहीं, so you try someone else. No, they will not tell to anyone. And number 3, if they choose the wrong casket, they will leave Belmont at that very time. उसी टाइम वो पोर्शिया के घर से और बेलमोंट से चले जाएंगे. So in this scene, 6 suitors have come. They have all come to try their luck. आ तो गए वो बड़े झूमते झामते that we will try their luck. तो क्या होगा, 3 में से एक कास्केट ही चूज़ करनी है, मैं चाहे गोल्ड पे हाथ रख दूँ या सिल्वर पे, और नहीं तो नहीं. अब यहाँ आके they will come to know about the 3 conditions. so that we will be reading further. Now here I had left on line number 25. Portia is sad because she cannot choose the husband of her choice. Now we already know that Portia has also a great liking for Bassanio. Why? Because Bassanio has already come to Belmont once and he had met at that time Portia as well as Portia's father. Then he returned and Portia's father died after that, and now there is the will. So Portia is very sad that although she wants to marry Bassanio, but she cannot marry him. Why? Because she will only be marrying according to her father's will. And what is the will? Only that person will be marrying Portia who will be choosing the right casket. Got it? That is the casket theory. So now she is feeling sad. Line number 25. Oh me, the word choose. I may neither choose whom I would nor refuse whom I dislike. She says choose word is not for me. What choice? मेरे पास तो कोई choice ही नहीं है. Because I have to marry that man who chooses the right casket, चाहे वो मुझे पसंद हो या ना हो. And I cannot marry the man whom I love because that will be against my father's will. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. It is not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one nor refuse none. She says, I am feeling sad for this. So Nerissa is also a very intelligent girl. She says, don't worry. Your father was a very nice man. He was a very religious man, and religious men get very wise thoughts at the time of death. So she says, if your father has devised this will, he must have thought something good only. And I am sure that only that person will be successful in choosing the right casket who has a pure and true mind, who is a pure soul. So she says, तुम घबराओ नहीं, सही casket वही choose करेगा जो आदमी दिल का भी अच्छा होगा and who would love you truly. Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspirations. Inspirations, thoughts. Therefore the lottery, so lottery means the casket theory. Same thing, the lottery that he had devised in these three chests. Devised is planned. Chests, caskets, big boxes of gold, silver and lead, whereof who choose this meaning chooses you, will no doubt never be chosen by any rightly, but one who shall rightly love. So I have already explained you this. But what warmth? Now she changes the topic. She says, fine, koi baat nahi, you will be chosen by a right man. So she knows already in her palace 6 suitors have come. So Nerissa changes the topic. She says, now 6 people have already come to try their luck. So you tell me, what feelings do you have for all of them? Portia, I pray thee overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them. So Portia, overname them, name them one by one. Portia says, fine. If you want to know what are my views about these 6 people, you name them one by one. I will tell you. So from here, now remember, there are going to be 6 suitors. 6 लोग आए हैं जो अपनी किस्मत आजमाने आए हैं पोर्शिया से शादी करने के लिए. अभी they have not tried the casket theory. अभी किस्मत आजमानी शुरू नहीं की है. So now they are just staying there, and Portia will be telling about, now these 6 suitors, you have to learn their names and learn their qualities कि Portia उनके बारे में क्या सोचती है. Although the word meanings are given in your books also, I will be try to be a little fast for these things. You have to learn them point number wise. Although you have to learn them point wise, you have to write in a paragraph during your answers. First, there is a Neapolitan prince. So, सबसे पहले Nerissa calls names the prince of Naples from Italy. You can learn either Neapolitan prince or prince from Naples. Both ways it is correct. So Portia, that is a colt indeed. So you point them as 1, 2, 3. Then you will be. It will be easy for you to learn. Number 1, that's a colt indeed. Colt is a horse, a horse child. That's a colt indeed. उसने बोला वो तो खुद ही घोड़े के बच्चा जैसा ही लगता है. Why? Number 1, that's a colt indeed. Number 2, for he doth nothing but talk of his own horse. Number 2, He says उसमें तो और कुछ बात ही नहीं करनी आती. He only talks about his horse, nothing else. And he makes it a great appropriation to his own good. Appropriation, he adds to it. He says वो सिर्फ यही बोलता रहता है कि मेरे घोड़े जैसा कोई नहीं है. And number 3, that he can shoe him himself. You know, showing a horse, controlling a horse. It is not easy to control a horse. But to control your own horse is very easy. Anybody can do it. To control and put the saddle on the horse and all that stuff. But he takes pride in shoeing his own horse. So there are 3 things said about Prince of Naples. That he is a colt indeed, number 1. Number 2, he doth nothing but talk of his horse. And number 3, that he feels proud of the fact that he can shoe his own horse. So you learn these 3 points and you have to write in a paragraph. So that means Portia does not like him. Number 2, then there is County Palatine. Number 2, second suitor. Count means a ruler. Now he is a ruler from the place Palatine in Germany. Now Portia, what are Portia's view for him? Number 1, he doth nothing but frown, as who should say, and you will not have me. So he says that person is always frowning. उसका मुंह पे हमेशा गुस्सा ही रहता है. He has never been seen smiling. और उसको देखकर ऐसे लगता है जैसे वो कह रहा है that मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, तो मुझे चूज करो या ना करो. Number 2, he hears merry tales and smiles not. Merry tales, happy stories. उसने बोला उसको खुशी वाली स्टोरी भी रो रो के सुनता है. Number 3, I fear he will prove the weeping philosopher where he grows old, being so full of unmannerly sadness in his youth. So she says कि मुझे लगता है कि जब ये और बड़ा हो जाएगा, in the coming times, he will be compared to the saddest person on this earth. The weeping philosopher here is referred to the saddest person on this earth. Who is he? Heraclitus. Now Heraclitus. Heraclitus was considered as the saddest person on this earth. Now you will get these references. All these references are given in your workbook also, and also in your back notes of the book. You can refer to those. So she says he is as sad that I wonder one day he will become the saddest person. And number 4, I had rather be married to a death's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these. And 4th point she says कि ऐसे बंदे से शादी करने से अच्छा है that I shall marry a skull with a bone in its mouth. अब स्कल के, अगर आपने स्कल को कभी देखा हो, उसकी जो पिक्चर इमेज है उसके बोन माउथ में नहीं होती है, लेकिन यहाँ पे उसने हंसी के तौर पे बोला है दैट शी इज सो डिजेक्टेड बाय दीज 2 suitors. जो कहती है मुझे तो दोनों में से कोई भी पसंद नहीं है. Nerissa. How say by the French Lord Monsieur Le Bon. So you try to read these comments now and you will come to know that Portia is giving very witty, intelligent remarks. She knows कि कम से कम words में कैसे किसी के character को sum up करना है. Now 3rd person is French Lord Monsieur Le Bon. Now before I start with the French Lord, remember Shakespeare is the author of the book. Shakespeare was an English writer, England. And at that time, England had an enmity with France and Scotland, their neighbor. England की ना Scotland से बनती थी ना France से बनती थी. So Shakespeare ने जानकर सबसे ज़्यादा बेइज्जती किसकी की है? फ्रेंच लॉर्ड की और स्कॉटलैंड वाले suitor की. Portia, God made him and therefore let him pass for a man. Number 1. तो पोर्शिया से फ्रेंच लॉर्ड, उसको तो भगवान ने बना दिया इसीलिए वो ठीक है कि वो इंसान है, नहीं तो उसमें इंसानों वाली कोई बात नहीं है. In truth, I noticed, and when she says this, she even feels sorry. She says, I know किसी का मजाक उड़ाना is not a good thing, but I really can't help it. वो है ही इतना बुरा. Number 2, why he had a horse better than the Neapolitans. उसने बोला वो तो प्रिंस ऑफ नेपल से भी ज़्यादा बुरा है, उससे भी ज़्यादा अपने हॉर्स के बारे में बातें करता है. Number 3, a better bad habit of frowning than County Palatine. और वो County Palatine से भी ज़्यादा गुस्से में रहता है. Never he laughs. नंबर 4, ही इज़ एवरी मैन इन नो मैन। उसने बोला उसमें तो बहुत सारी क्वालिटीज़ हैं, उसकी कोई एक दो क्वालिटीज़ हो तो मैं बोलूँ, सारी ही नेगेटिव क्वालिटीज़ हैं, उसकी नेचर की समझ ही नहीं आती। ही चेंजेस वेरी सून। नंबर 5, इफ़ अ थ्रॉसल सिंग ही फॉल स्ट्रेट अ कैपरिंग। थ्रॉसल इज़ अ नेम ऑफ अ बर्ड। स्ट्रेट अ कैपरिंग डांसिंग। उसने बोला वो तो इतना बेवकूफ़ है, कई बार वो बिल्कुल ही फ्राउन कर रहा होता है काउंटी पैलेंटाइन की तरह, और कई बार वो छोटे से बर्ड के गाने पे भी नाचना शुरू कर देता है। नंबर 6, ही विल फेंस विद हिज ओन शैडो। उसने बोला वो तो कभी उसका मूड का ही नहीं पता लगता, कई बार अपनी ही शैडो देखता है, उसके साथ ही तलवारबाजी शुरू कर देता है, उसी के साथ ही लड़ने लग जाता है। इफ़ आई शुड मैरी हिम आई शुड मैरी 20 हस्बैंड। उसने बोला अगर मुझसे ऐसे उससे शादी होगी, मुझे लगेगा कि 20 हस्बैंड से मैंने शादी कर ली, क्योंकि उस एक आदमी में इतने सारी नेचर उसकी चेंज होती हैं, इतने मूड स्विंग्स हैं कि मुझे उसकी बेसिक नेचर ही नहीं कभी पता लगनी। ऐसे लगता है 10-20 आदमी एक आदमी में ही घुसे हुए हैं। एंड नंबर 8, इफ़ ही वुड डिस्पाइज मी आई वुड फॉरगिव हिम। डिस्पाइज मी, हेट मी, शी सेज इफ़ ही हेट्स मी, अगर वो मुझसे नफरत करेगा, आई वुड लव इट, मुझे कोई दुख नहीं होगा। बट इफ़ ही लव्स मी टू मैडनेस आई शैल नेवर रेसिप्रोकेटेड, शी सेज, लेकिन अगर वो मेरे को प्यार करेगा, आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू गिव बैक द लव, मैं उसको तो प्यार कर ही नहीं सकती। सो इवन ही इज डिजेक्टेड। नंबर 4, वाई से नो देन टू फैल्कनबरी इज अ यंग बैरन ऑफ इंग्लैंड। अब इंग्लैंड का भी आया एंड शेक्सपियर इज ऑल्सो फ्रॉम इंग्लैंड, सो इसकी उसने ज़्यादा बेइज्जती नहीं किया, ऑल्दो शी डज नॉट लाइक हिम ऑल्सो बिकॉज शी लाइक्स ओनली बेसेन्यो। यू नो आई से नथिंग टू हिम फॉर ही अंडरस्टैंड्स नॉट मी। सो नंबर 1, पोर्शिया कहती मैं तो उसको मैं कुछ उसकी बात सुनती नहीं, ना मैं कहती हूँ। क्यों? क्योंकि देर इज़ अ लैंग्वेज प्रॉब्लम, उसको सिर्फ इंग्लिश आती है और मुझे, एंड पोर्शिया सेज मुझे इंग्लिश बिल्कुल नहीं आती, मुझे क्या आता है, लैटिन, फ्रेंच और इटालियन, जो तीनों भाषा उसको नहीं आती। आई नो आई से नथिंग टू हिम फॉर ही अंडरस्टैंड्स नॉट मी नॉर आई हिम। He had neither Latin, French nor Italian, and you will come into the court and swear that I have a poor pennyworth in English. Pennyworth knowledge. उसने बोला मैं तो कसम खा सकती हूँ कोर्ट में भी, क्योंकि मुझे तो इंग्लिश बिल्कुल भी नहीं आती। He is a proper man's picture, but alas, who can converse with a dumb show. Point number 3. So she says कि no doubt he is very good looking. वो बहुत अच्छा लगता है मेरे को, लेकिन कहती मैं अच्छे को क्या करूँ, मैं सारी ज़िंदगी उससे एक्शन से थोड़ा ना बातें करूँगी, उसको मेरी लैंग्वेज नहीं समझ आती, मुझे उसकी नहीं आती, तो मैं उसका क्या करूँ। डम शो इज एक्शंस एंड साइंस। नंबर 4, हाउ ऑडली, नो, अब एक उसने नेगेटिव पॉइंट बोला उसका, हाउ ऑडली ही इज स्यूटेड। उसने बोला मुझे उसके पहरावा नहीं अच्छा लगता है, जिस तरह के वो कपड़े पहनता है, कपड़े पहन के ऐसा लगता है जैसे, आई थिंक ही बॉट हिज डबलेट इन इटली। डबलेट इज कोट, उसके कपड़े देख के ऐसा लगता है कि उसने कोट इटली से खरीदा है। His round horse in France, horse is the trousers for riding horses from France. His bonnet is hat from Germany, and his behavior everywhere. ऐसा लगता है कि वो सारे देशों में घूम के आया और सब देशों का उसने मिक्सचर अपने पहनावे में डाला हुआ है। Right? And then we have completed with 4 suitors. Then is the 5th one. So I hope you're understanding my lecture, and if you're understanding it, if you're liking it, so I would advise you, please like and subscribe the channel first, and then proceed with the video. Please do it. So the 5th one is the Scottish lord his neighbor. Remember Scotland, the enemy of English. So इसकी भी बड़ी बेइज्जती की पोर्शिया ने। She says that he hath a neighborly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of the ear of the Englishman. He had a neighborly charity. Portia says he came to show a neighborly kindness. Why? Because Scotland's are neighbors to England. For he borrowed a box of the ear of the Englishman. लेकिन when they had a argument, इंग्लिशमैन को कितना गुस्सा चढ़ा। हु इज इंग्लिशमैन, अभी हमने पढ़ा उसके बारे में, फैल्कनब्रिज, द बैरन ऑफ इंग्लैंड। इंग्लिशमैन ने उसको जोर से उसको एक पंच दिया। बॉक्स ऑफ द ईयर मीन्स जोर से मुक्का मारना। एंड स्वोर ही वुड पे हिम अगेन व्हेन ही वाज एबल। उस टाइम स्कॉटलैंड वाले ने क्या किया, उसने कसम खाई कि मैं इस मुक्के का बदला ज़रूर लूँगा। उस टाइम नहीं उसने लिया। आई थिंक द फ्रेंच मैन बिकेम हिज श्योरिटी एंड ही सील्ड अंडर। और उस टाइम स्कॉटलैंड वाले बंदे को कौन बचाने आया? फ्रेंच मैन वाला बचाने आया, और इंग्लिश वाले ने फ्रेंच मदर के भी एक और मुक्का मार दी। तो शेक्सपियर हैज done this insult just to show that English are supreme. Then next, how like you the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew? So the fifth one is he is the nephew of the Duke of Saxony. Remember, you have to remember these names and their qualities. Very wily in the morning. Now she does not like him at all. He is the sixth one, last one. She does not like him at all. She says he is always drinking. Always drinking. He likes to drink so much. Very wily in the morning when he is sober. Wily bad. उसने बोला तो सुबह सुबह जब उठता है, जब उसने नहीं पी होती तब भी वो तो इतना बुरा लगता है, और शाम तक जब वो खूब पी लेता है तब तो वो बिल्कुल ही बुरा हो जाता है। नंबर 2, he is a little worse than a man, and when he is worst he is little better than a beast. तो उसने बोला वो तो ऐसा है कि उसको अगर देखो भी, जब वो वर्स कंडीशन में होता है, ही इज़ व्हेन ही इज़ ड्रंक, व्हेन ही इज़ बेस्ट ही इज़ लिटल वर्स देन अ मैन। उसने बोला जब वो सुबह सुबह बिल्कुल उसने पी नहीं होती तब भी वो आदमी की तरह नहीं लगता है, लिटल वर्स। एंड व्हेन ही इज़ वर्स्ट इज़ लिटल, और जब उसने शाम तक पी लेती है, वो पी लेता है, वो किसी बीस्ट से कम नहीं लगता। दैट मीन्स उसमें इंसानों वाली कोई चीज़ ही नहीं है। नंबर 4, and the worst fall that ever fell, I hope I shall make shift to go without him. उसने बोला भगवान करे वो ना कुछ हो, क्योंकि मैं उसके साथ तो किसी भी कीमत पे शादी नहीं कर सकती। I cannot marry him. अगर कुछ वर्स्ट हो गया, what is the worst to happen, कि अगर बाई चांस उसने कहीं कास्केट चूज कर ली सही वाली। नेरेसा, if he should offer to choose and choose the right casket, you would refuse to perform your father's will if he should refuse to accept him. So Nerissa says, how can you say like this? अगर worst हो ही गया, that means अगर उसने सही casket choose कर ली, then will you refuse to marry him? You cannot refuse to marry him, क्योंकि तुमने खुद ही कसम खाई है कि जो मर्जी हो जाए तुम अपने फादर की will के मुताबिक ही you will be marrying. Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee. और पोर्शिया कहती प्लीज़ ऐसा ना हो, इसलिए she gives a suggestion to Nerissa. She says, जब वो आएगा, when he will come to choose the right casket, क्योंकि उसको पीने का इतना शौक है, he likes to drink so much, तो तुम गलत कास्केट के ऊपर रेनिश वाइन रख देना। रेनिश वाइन इज़ अ वेरी गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ वाइन। तो उसने बोला कि तुम वो रेनिश वाइन, तुम एक वाइट वाइन गलत कास्केट के ऊपर रख देना, और उस बंदे का उस टाइम कास्केट की तरफ तो ध्यान ही नहीं जाएगा, किस पे ध्यान जाएगा? बॉटल के ऊपर, और वो वही वाली कास्केट चूज कर लेगा। Therefore, for the fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass, place a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. Contrary casket, wrong casket. For if the devil be within and the temptation without, I know he will choose it. क्यों? क्योंकि जब वो बॉटल को देखेगा उसके अंदर का डेविल जाग जाएगा और वो गलत कास्केट चूज कर लेगा। Nerissa, ere I will be married to a sponge, नहीं तो I will be married to a sponge. Sponge, a drunkard, शराबी। कहती I don't want to get married to him. अब जब 6 के 6 के बारे में बात हो गई, then Nerissa gives good news to Portia, and what is that? She says, don't worry, इनमें से कोई भी तुमसे शादी नहीं करेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि उनको पता लग गया है what are the 3 conditions। उसमें से एक कंडीशन बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है, क्या है कि अगर उन्होंने गलत कास्केट चूज की, दे विल नॉट मैरी एनीवन एल्स। जिंदगी भर दे हैव टू रिमेन ऑल अलोन, जो किसी को भी मंजूर नहीं है। यू नीड नॉट फेयर लेडी द हैविंग एनी ऑफ दीज लॉर्ड्स, दे हैव एक्वेंटेड मी विद द डिटर्मिनेशन। एक्वेंटेड मी, टोल्ड मी determination about their decision, which is indeed to return to their home and to trouble you with no more suit proposal, unless you may be won by some other sort than your father's imposition depending on the caskets. उन्होंने बोला कि अगर कोई और तरीका है पोर्शिया को पाने का तो बता दो, लेकिन फादर की विल के हिसाब से they will not try. Portia, important dialogue. If I live to be as old as Sibyl, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. So Portia says, जो मर्जी हो जाए लेकिन मैं अपने फादर की विल के हिसाब से ही मैरिज करूँगी, चाहे तब मुझे कब तक इंतज़ार करना पड़े. इफ़ आई टर्न एज ओल्ड एज सिबल. ना सिबल, शी वॉज ग्रांटेड अ बून बाय अपोलो सन गॉड. उसने बहुत तपस्या की, अपोलो के पास गई तो अपोलो ने बोला मांगो क्या चाहिए तुम्हें. तो सिब्बल ने बोला कि मैं आई वॉन्ट टू लिव ऑन दिस अर्थ फॉर लॉन्ग 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 टाइम. सो अपोलो ने उसको वो वरदान दिया. उसने बोला ठीक है, नीचे से मिट्टी उठाओ. उसने पूरी मुट्ठी में मिट्टी उठा ली. शी पिक्ड अप द सैंड. तो अपोलो ने क्या वरदान दिया कि इस मिट्टी के जितने कण हैं, द नंबर ऑफ ग्रेन्स इन दिस सैंड, तुम उतने ही साल जियोगे. सो शी इज़ द ओल्डेस्ट पर्सन. उसने बोला मैं शादी तो अपने फादर की विल के हिसाब से करूँगी, चाहे मैं इंतज़ार में सिब्बल की तरह बूढ़ी हो जाऊँ. मैं डायना की तरह चेस्ट रहूँगी. डायना इज़ द गॉडेस ऑफ प्योरिटी, लव, मून. उसने बोला आई विल रिमेन एज प्योर एज डायना. मैं किसी और आदमी के पास नहीं जाऊँगी, ना ही शादी करूँगी, अनलेस एंड अनटिल मेरे फादर की विल के हिसाब से कोई जीत कर आए. सो रिमेंबर दीज टू वर्ड्स, Sibyl, Diana. Unless I be obtained by the manner. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable. Reasonable, intelligent. कहती है I am खुश शुक्र है कि ये लोग इतने इंटेलिजेंट तो हैं कि ये बिना ही ट्राई किए यहाँ से जा रहे हैं. But I dote on his very absence and I pray God grant them a fair departure. She prays कि ये लोग सही सलामत अपने घर वापस चले जाएं. So now Nerissa tries to test Portia's mind. She says, तुम्हें कुछ याद है? तुम्हारे फादर के टाइम एक इंसान आया था from Venice. Do you remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian from Venice, a scholar and a soldier. Bassanio के लिए कौन से words use हुए हैं? Scholar and a soldier that came hither in company of Marquis of Mountferret. उस टाइम बेसेनियो जब यहाँ आया था, ही केम विद अ फ्रेंड. उस फ्रेंड का क्या नाम था? मार्क्विस ऑफ माउंटफेरेट. yes, it was बेसेनियो as I think so was he called. और उसका नाम सुनते ही पोर्शिया एकदम yes, बड़ी जल्दी बोल पड़ी, because she has love for बेसेनियो. She says, yes, I remember. True, madam, he of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon was the best deserving of fair lady. So Nerissa says, even Nerissa knows कि पोर्शिया के दिल में क्या है. So she says कि मुझे लगता है आपके लिए वही आदमी बेस्ट है. I remember him well and I remember him worthy of thy place. पोर्शिया कहती है हाँ मुझे याद है, और मुझे ये भी याद है तुमने उस टाइम भी उस आदमी की बहुत तारीफ की थी. इतने में सर्वेंट आया. एंड सर्वेंट, what does the servant announce? The 4 strangers seek for you, madam, to take their leave, and there is a 4-runner come with the 5th, the prince of Morocco, who brings a word. Now please try to understand. While writing, Shakespeare has committed a mistake. हमने 6 suitors के बारे में पढ़ा है, लेकिन जब शेक्सपियर ने ये किताब लिखी, उसने जब लिखते टाइम यहाँ पे 4 लिख दिया कि 4 suitors जा रहे हैं, और एक अनाउंसमेंट हुई है. 4 रनर कौन होता है? जब राजे महाराजों से पहले उनका कोई आदमी आता है, उनका कोई मिनिस्टर आता है जो आके घोड़े पे आता है और अनाउंस करता है कि फलाने फलाने आने वाले हैं, तैयारी करो. सो ही इज़ द 4 रनर. तो यहाँ पे सर्वेंट ने अनाउंसमेंट किया है कि 4 जा रहे हैं, 5वां आ रहा है, जबकि इन रियलिटी 6 जा रहे हैं, 7वां आ रहा है. So in the answer also you have to write like this only, that the servant says that the 4 are returning and 5th one is coming, but in reality 6 people are returning and 7th one is coming. That was a mistake on the part of the writer when he wrote it. The 4 strangers seek for you, madam, to take their leave, and there is a 4 runner come from the 5th. और अब 7th suitor कौन आ रहा है? The prince of Morocco, who brings word the prince's master will be here tonight. Word is message. Now Morocco is an equal, आपने geography में पढ़ा है, is a country very close to equator. तो आपको भी मालूम है जो बहुत लोग इक्वेटर के पास रहते हैं, दे हैव वेरी डार्क कम्प्लेक्शन. अब अगले डायलॉग में, पोर्शिया के डायलॉग से साफ पता लगता है कि उसको डार्क कम्प्लेक्शन वाले लोग पसंद नहीं है, बिकॉज शी इज़ वेरी फेयर एंड ब्यूटीफुल. शी सेज अगर तो प्रिंस ऑफ मोरक्को आ रहा है, भगवान करे कि वो मेरे लिए सही, ही शुड नॉट टर्न आउट टू बी माई हस्बैंड, ही कैन टर्न आउट टू बी अ सेंट. वो जो कहेगा एज अ प्रीस्ट, अगर वो मुझे एडवाइस करे मैं उसकी हर बात मान लूँगी, बट नॉट एज अ हस्बैंड. मतलब अंदर ही अंदर वो चाहती है दैट शी डज नॉट वॉन्ट टू मैरी हिम. If I could bid the fifth welcome with so good heart as I can bid the other four farewell, remember the counting. I should be glad of his approach. Approach is coming. If he have the condition of a saint and the complexion of a devil. Complexion of a devil, dark color. I had rather he would shrive me than wife me. भगवान करे वो मेरे को अपना स्टूडेंट बना ले, बट नॉट हिज वाइफ. मैं ऐसे आदमी के साथ नहीं रह सकूँगी. Come Nerissa, Sarah go away. Sarah means young fellow. Servant को कहती है चलो तुम जाओ. While we shut the gate upon one wooer, another knocks at the door. So वो Nerissa को कहती है कि जब इतने लोग जा रहे हैं, अब हमारे पास एक अगला सूटर आ रहा है, लेट्स सी वो क्या डिसीजन लेता है. So I hope you have understood the scene. Go through the scene, learn the textual words for your answers. Don't write very lengthy answers. जो पूछा जाए, write only that much answer, but it should be supported with the words from the text. इन्हीं words को बीच में जो words हैं, try to remember them and try to learn them and try to solve your workbook. That's all for today's lesson. Bye.